Well, welcome everyone to the Giddy Gang Show, back here on the Juke Shack stage. We're still working on a new intro video for the show since Glenn's leaving. We're going to get something new put together, so I thought I'd just do a little bit of noodling to get things launched off. This guitar, this is actually a prototype for a new kit that I should get off my duff one of these days and actually finish up and release. But this kit, it's basically our mountain tenor box guitar kit, but with one of our hubcap resonator cones in there. I gotta say, I just love the sound. I love the tone that hubcap, spun hubcap resonator cone gives to this guitar. It just gives that... it gives it that nice kind of dobro-ish sound. So welcome everyone. We're glad. Got Nick back there behind the desk. His floating head is only on the preview screen, but he's back there. Trust me, he's gonna. There he is. Oh, he'll be here. He'll be up there, back there somewhere over there shortly, doing Knott's Corner. His take on the Watt Corner that Glenn used to do, showing off some of your builds and submitted photos and things. So, of course, the big news this week is that we're going to be announcing the winners of the Hard Times Make Great Music Builders Contest that we've been running for the last, couple of months? I don't know. Feels like a long time. Shane did the heavy lifting on it. I helped with some of the judging, and we have narrowed it down to the runners-up, the grand prize winners, the special categories that Shane came up with all sorts of prizes, all sorts of good stuff. We picked some of the random winners, some random names out of a hat winners earlier this week and announced those. Well, today is the biggie. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who took part in that. We have never had a contest like this, such an outpouring of creativity and encouragement. It was amazing to see, I ain't gonna lie. And trying to narrow it down to just a few winners was wicked hard. We couldn't decide. So I added one more runners-up spot because we couldn't knock one of the, so there's 4 runners-up where originally there were going to be 3, and then of course the grand prize winner. So hundreds of entries across multiple platforms. Shane, I don't know if he's been keeping track of how many hours he has spent tallying all of this up and gathering it all together, but it's quite a few. And of course,
the video he posted, he looked a little bit shell-shocked.
a little cross-eyed from it all. But it's a lot of time and prize money invested in this. But we just felt like, what better time to drive home that idea that Hard Times make great music. And I know times continue to be hard for many as things maybe start to partially reopen and we figure out what the new normal is. This is seltzer water, not beer, folks. Um, you know, seeing great music come out of it. Speaking of great music, just today in the mail, I got a little something special. I know you probably can't see it, but it's called Junk Mountain. It's a new album from Jim Morris. Has Jim been out there?
I haven't
Quite yet. Well, hopefully he'll tune in later. Junk Mountain, he recorded this, some good old-timey style tunes on here using all homemade instruments. He's got his weed whacker line bass on there and fiddle and mandolin, all sorts of good stuff, cigar box instruments. So I can't wait. I'm going to put this in my truck CD player and listen to it on the way as I drive around to and from CB Giddy throughout the week. So thank you, Jim, for sending that. We're going to have a video from Jim in just a moment. It's out of the archives, one he posted a while back, doing a song that's actually on this album here, Cold Rain and Snow. Thought I saw it on here. Yeah, Rain and Snow. It's on there. So we'll get a little taste of Jim doing that. Then we got Knock Corner with Nick. We got another video from the archives from Eric Denton playing his tennis racket guitar. I've got an awesome new mandolin to show off that arrived out of the blue. Got to talk about that a little bit. Maybe do a little picking and grinning on that. The video from Pornis Studios that we meant to run the previous show we did from here of him doing Have You Ever Seen the Rain? And then, of course, a couple of videos from Shane announcing the runners-up, and then we will announce the grand prize winner who will receive that $250 CB Giddy gift certificate. So, welcome. We're glad to be here. We're glad you're here. Let's run that Jim Morris video, Nick, and a little bit of good old-timey picking from our buddy Jim playing, it looks like a 4-string cigar box, something or other. Might be a uke. I can't tell.
Yeah, looks like a uke.
Ukulele. All right, here we go.
Well, I had me a wife, gave me trouble all my life, drove me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow drove me out in the cold rain and snow. She come walking down the stairs, combing back her yellow hair. Cheeks were as red as a rose, as a rose. Cheeks were as red as a rose. She sat in the shade, counting every dime I made. Well, I'm broke and I'm hungry too. Hungry too. Yes, I'm broke and I'm hungry too. I had me a wife, drove me crazy all my life. Drove me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow drove me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow drove me out in the cold rain and snow.
I'd like to thank Jim again for sending that to us a while back. Love pretty much everything he does. Ain't gonna lie, good stuff. So now we've got what might only be the second installment. Things have been, if you haven't noticed, things have been a little wacky lately. So you might qualify as shenanigans here at CB Giddy and elsewhere. I'd like to thank Shane Spiel for taking the past 2 weeks' shows while we frantically struggle to keep up with all of the orders and everything. We're still shipping every day, keeping up, getting things shipped out. We've had to turn off a few products so that manufacturing can stay caught up, but we got a plan in the next couple of weeks to try to get everything back on and as close back to normal as we possibly can. So yeah, got something maxed out. Oh, the volume. Yeah, the gym video ran a little quiet, but we'll try to adjusting those volume levels on the fly can be tricky. And as you can tell, we're still working on it. So yeah, things have been wacky around here. So thanks to Shane for taking the last couple of shows, and shout out to Nick for some surprise go lives over the past couple of weeks. Early in the morning, a couple of times, I'm just rolling out of bed and he's here going live and looking chipper. I'm like, holy crap.
I'm a morning person. What can I say?
Marty asking about inventory. I think so. The last batch of Giddy Buckers that you went and got, I don't think we technically marked those as in stock. So I think we got plenty, but we'll check on it for you, Marty. Marty been busy winding.
Yeah.
Winding and winding. So, all right. Without further ado, Nick is going to show off some of your submitted photos and builds.
Hi guys. I hope you can hear me all right.
Is that mic plugged in?
It is plugged in.
I'm going to bring you up a little bit.
All right. Yeah, so I don't have to be right up on it. Take a look at you all. So the name of this section will eventually be Nick's Picks. I think we're going to get a new graphic up there. I'll work on that this weekend. But for now, it's Not Corner. Again, a showcase in the vein of Watt Corner where we show some community builds. This first one, is from Nick O. He got one of our DIY ukulele kits. And he's got one of these blank boxes. He relicked it, partially stained it, I imagine, with a paper towel where you just dab it on a little bit. Great looking uke. We have this next one is from. It's easier with. Now I know why Glenn printed it.
It's easier when Glenn does it.
It's easier when Glenn does all the work. This one's from Dan B. So you can see it's a nice ambrosia maple, I believe you said it was.
Oh, I don't think the pics come over.
Oh, automatic push-pull is a thing.
That looks like ambrosia right there.
You can imagine it's been a couple of weeks since I've touched anything on this computer. And we'll make it...
Doesn't take long to get out of practice.
I
tried to come in and record a video earlier this week and just had to give up because it was taking too long and everything was wrong. And
he said this body was saved from burning. Ambrosia maple body. Curly maple neck with zebra wood mixed in. Fretboard is wenge. Used our template. Snake oil. Bridges all from here. So all the parts he got from CB Giddy. But the body itself is a beautiful looking maple.
Yeah.
It's very punky. You can't really fret to it, as I learned. So thank you for the submission, Dan. The next one up we have from Dave. Oop. Resize it here. On the fly. This one's from Dave D. It's using one of our 8.5 by 11 box kits. Went to town with that gold fleck paint.
Oh, yeah.
A Delta Bucker 3-pole humbucker in the center with a volume and tone knobs off to the side. Great looking guitar. He's also got one of those hardtail bridges, a little harder to see with the shine there. We'll show you another pic of the whole guitar here. Like the headstock, it was a unique design. Just wasn't really much to show in a picture. It just faded in, but from the fretboard to the neck, it all looks pretty sweet. Next up, we've got Tom C. with a quartet of excellent guitars. He decided to build these when he was retiring. He built 5 for his co-workers out of plans he got from Woodcraft, which I think they used one of our templates for. I remember talking to the guy. So he actually built these 4 for his wife and 3 adult children. As you can see, they're all 6-string custom boxes. He added a color to each to represent something he admires about each of them. So those are really cool build. Thank you for sending it in, Tom. Next, we've got Pornis, a little celebrity a little bit in our... I think he's got 2 lap steels here. Very bright colors with the underlays underneath. Get a showcase of the headstock, which I really like. He put felt pads on the bottom of the lap steel to keep it in move. He's got some, looks like those are the premium tuners, I believe.
Might be. 3 on a plate.
Yep. We got the next one. He used a soap bar and a 6-string single coil, along with a 6-string hardtail bridge. And there you are. You can see the dynamics of the gold knobs on the red. It's just very smart looking, very cool aesthetically. Next up, we've got Keith S., who built some lyres and used some. Looks like he custom tacked in some heads on there, using our zither pins and pretty much the only hardware that he got. Here's the next one here. You can see he custom made his own tailpiece. I think he's holding it there with paracord. It's a very small image. I tried to maneuver it. Let me see if I can get a little bit bigger.
At first they claimed to be harps, and we had to say, "You're a liar!"
And then we've got, finally, from William W., we've got a couple of dulcimers that he built. This is getting into fancy territory here. But these are his... he decided to make his first dulcimer, and he decided to make another, the one on the bottom there. Modified the plans so he could use a drum practice head to give it more of a banjo sound. Says it worked. He makes a lot of different instruments, but this was a first. He's on his 9th cigar box guitar. And just take a moment to appreciate just the work that went into these. I really like that drum head, that banjo sound. I wish I had a clip of it. So if you're out there, William W., I'd love to hear it. The intricate scroll work on the tailpiece and the headstock really kind of stand out.
The armrest there. That's
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It reminded me of like a violin, but that's kind of... For long sessions, that can be cool to rest on.
Oh, sure.
And then here he is holding what I assume is a mandolin he must have built. But he's looking pretty happy down there in maybe Florida or one of those...
warm.
Someplace warm, which, we might be getting snow this weekend. Did you hear about that?
I don't want to talk about it.
So, and that's been Nick's Picks. Thank you, guys. We'll get back to bed.
Bring your mic back down a little bit, but it is still on. All right, well, thank you for that, Nick. That's some good stuff. It's nice to get back to that, showing off some of the builds. Of course, lately with this contest, Shane has been posting on the Facebook pages some builds as they've come in and compilations and all sorts of stuff. So it's really been an amazing outpouring of, like I say, building and creativity from all of you out there, and we very, very much appreciate it. So now we're going to have a little, let's see, we're going to have a little musical interlude. It's a few minutes long, and it's our good buddy Eric Denton playing one of his tennis racket guitars. Eric has really kind of taken this idea of building guitars out of tennis rackets and run with it and developed his own unique style and is getting pretty darn good at it. And of course he can play the heck out of just about everything. So here's Mr. Denton with a musical interlude, and we'll be back for a little musical interlude of my own.
we're going to give you a rundown today on my tennis racket guitars, the in and outs and how to play. Alright, check it out. The first thing I wanted to show you is how I infused the handle with the neck here. As you can see, just different strips of wood. And I also marked the frets right down the side with the fret markings. You just move your slide accordingly. Moving on to some of the other construction, I just take these beer cartons and I glue them right onto a piece of plywood there. See if I can get it to focus on it. There we go. Here's the back. And the little ruler pieces are in there for spacing. These little dowel rod wooden nuts work pretty good with these wood screws. Got a little deck here with a jack for your bridge. There's your string retainer, kind of a little wing design. In the back here, I have a little alligator clip that is for the ground. You just clip it onto your string when you put your string in there and string it up, and then just sort of adjust it, make sure it's not caught or anything. So I've got this screw through to hold the deck back. I mean, it's on there with these screws here. They go dang near all the way through. I put a little cover on the back, mainly to block where the jack is, so it doesn't touch, you know, so you don't go zzz, 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 and all that. The best way to play it is with these strap buttons. That way it's not wobbling around on you. This puppy's kind of got a built-in little, so you go. Or a little tune I'm working on goes. Strap helps eliminate all that. You don't want to tune it while you're leaning all into it or anything, but the strap kind of helps just hold it while you play. Also, this baby is equipped with a flat pup, which is down in there. You can't really see it, but trust me, it is in there. The strings I like to put on it, 13, 17, 26. I tune it D, A, D. That's just the tension that I'm comfortable with. You could probably get away with something a little heavier. I'm just trying to be conservative, so it's not totally bending all up and stuff. I mean, I think it can handle plenty. I don't think this neck's going anywhere. Got these screws down in there, keeping it all copacetic. They go pretty much dang near all the way through as well. All right, man, I believe we covered everything on it. I'm gonna play us out. Thanks for watching.
Well, welcome back. Thank you, Eric, for sending us that a while back. So here we have something pretty darn cool. This is a mandolin, full 8-string, 4 courses of 2 strings each. Cigar box, got a wicked bucker on there. This was built by our good buddy Louis the Mana. I don't know if Louis has been out there yet today, but he saw me playing a store-bought mandolin on our Irish show and decided that this shall not stand. He started working on building me a cigar box mandolin, shipped it. It got here this week, and of course I immediately fell in love. It's got a beautiful laminated neck and headstock with some nice racing stripes down there. A nice big brick house cigar box, Mighty Mighty Maduro. Got, of course, the Wicked Bucker on there. It's got a number nail. I know you can't see it from this distance, but it's got a number nail set into the headstock. And the number nail is the number 20. And he put that in there to kind of commemorate this wacky, wild and crazy year we've been having here. 2020 has been unlike any that I've lived through before, I can tell you that. So, yeah, mandolin, full 8 strings, cigar box. So I can pick some Irish tunes on it. Oh boy. Been used to playing my tenor banjo, and mandolin is a lot more compact. Takes a little getting used to get back into it. So Irish tunes, and then of course some good old bluegrassy, old-timey stuff. Ain't gonna work on the railroad. Ain't gonna work on the farm. Oh, you're gonna lay round the shack till the mail train gets back and roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, my Lord, I will. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Oh, you're gonna lay round the shack till the mail train gets back and roll in my sweet baby's arms. Where were you last Friday night while I was laying in jail? You're walking the streets with another man and you wouldn't even blow my bail. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, my Lord, I will. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Oh, you're gonna lay round the shack till the mail train gets back. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Turn it down. Yeah. Did I do the, I know your parents don't like me verse yet? Alright, I'll do that one. Well, I know your parents don't like me. They ordered me away from your door. Well, if I had my life to live over, well, I wouldn't go round there anymore. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, my Lord, I will. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Oh, you're gonna lay round the shack till the mail train gets back, and I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna lay round the shack till the mail train gets back, and I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Whew. Accidentally turned it down while I was playing. So thank you so much, Louis, for sending me this. This will be my go-to mandolin for all things giddy going forward. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, do you know the scale length? Have you said that yet?
Sure, it's right around something there. Here's a ruler. Let's figure out this scale length, people. It's got a 0 fret. So it looks like 14 1/8, which is Gibson F style, standard Gibson F style scale length. 14 1/8. I haven't seen Louis out there, but he'll see it later, I'm sure. All right, so next we've got a video for you from Pornis Studios, the one we meant to play a couple of weeks ago. This is him doing the old Creedence Clearwater Revival song, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? One of my favorites by them. And we'll be back with you and the announcement of the winners of the Builders Contest in about 3 minutes.
Someone told me long ago there's a calm before the storm, and I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say it'll rain on sunny days, and I know shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yesterday, days before, sun is cold, rain is hard. I know it's been that way for all my time, and forever on it goes through the circles, fast and slow. I know it can't stop, but I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yeah, I said, I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? They say it'll rain on sunny.
Are we back? All right, we're back. So,
Apparently I'm just messing with Ben today.
caught me staring. Shh, woke me right up. So thanks again, Pornis, for that. I love those compilation videos where, you know, I hesitate to say it this way, but seeing a guy play with himself is by him. Anyway,
You heard it here first.
you get the
folks.
idea, folks. I think it's pretty cool. All right, without further ado, we have the results of the Hard Times Make Great Music Builders Contest. Shane has put together 2 videos. The first video, which is part 1, is the runners-up. There's 4 runners-up. Originally there were going to be 3. We had to add another one because we just couldn't decide between them. So we're going to run those, each of whom gets a gift certificate to CB Giddy. How much? $100, I think. Shane? I don't remember. And then the grand prize winner gets $250 gift certificate. And then the second video we're going to run, we can run them right one after the other, is best demo video, most visionary, most historically accurate, the MacGyver Award. And those are all prizes that are Shane has sponsored or giving out through his site Poor Man's Guitar. For all of the winners, Shane will be contacting you starting Monday about prize delivery and all of that, so be patient. Playing Candy Crush. I was checking my email, Randy Moore. All right, so here are the videos from Shane announcing the runners-up and the Poor Man's Guitar category winners.
I said, walk right in, sit right down, but please keep your distance from me. We can have a little talk, we can take a little walk, as long as there's 6 feet in between. Everybody's talking about a new way of walking, that's the way it has to be. I said,
Hey, it's Shane Spiel, and let's get into the PoorMan'sGuitar.com Awards. For the most historically accurate build, the award goes to Michael Capato.
This instrument that I'm actually entering into the contest, it is my knee fiddle or Jap fiddle or spike fiddle. This was an antique jewelry box I found. Right around the same time, I alley picked some table legs. I thought it would be cool to do something with it, and pretty much everything here is made by me. The fingerboard is at least 100, if not 110-year-old piece of lath from the house next door. All these houses were built between 1900 and 1910, so it was original lath from a lath and plaster wall. I carved my own tuner. This is a CB Giddy Bone nut, and the tailpiece is actually a hunk of silver spoon.
The next award is for the most visionary, and that goes to George McLeod. Whenever I was judging for the most visionary, I was looking for instruments that had a lot of forethought. George's pair of cigar box guitars are made perfectly for a left-handed performer and a right-handed performer. There must have been a lot of thought going into these guitars, and I just want to say, well done. The MacGyver Award goes to Jason Carter. Yeah, Jason's back. He won with his cassettes in an earlier contest, and he's back with this amazing lap steel. Let's face it, if you put switches from Frankenstein's laboratory on your guitar, you've got to win something. Check out the demo.
something completely different. Well, thank you, Shane, for putting those videos together, and to everyone, congratulations to all of the winners. Shane was frantically video editing earlier today and uploaded, and Nick got them all in there, so good stuff. And now, without much more babbling on, it is time to announce the grand prize winner and recipient of the $250 CB Giddy gift certificate, bragging rights and eternal strutting justification, to Mr. Daniel Walter and his rocket lap steel. We got a photo, I think several photos of it here. When we first saw the photos of this thing coming down the line, it just knocked our socks off, I tell you. Daniel submitted several instruments to the contest, but this one definitely stood out. And he submitted this just moments before the deadline for submissions, and I believe he was busy working on it right up until the end. But he had been working on it for about a year, laminating woods together, and I know, especially if you're on a phone, you're not going to be able to see all of the detail. We will be posting larger photos on cbgiddy.com and elsewhere soon, so you can really check out the insane amount of detail that went into this incredible build. It is a lap steel. I believe it's, I can't even tell, six string lap steel, dual humbuckers in there, and just the amount of lamination. I'll read you what he wrote so I don't have to babble too much. It took 6 Padron cigar boxes to build this thing. 3 for the body and another 3 tops cut for trim. The wings were fed through a table saw at full height, that being the cigar boxes, and both sides hinge open. He had to cut balsa wood and soak them in glue and just all sorts of stuff to get that body put together. Limited edition Gibson style bridge with a piezo under each string, hooked up to an Aptiv preamp made by Tone Monster, which he received as a gift. A J-Bass wiring harness for the mag pickups. Piezo bridge is nice and clean and crisp, he says. He wanted a headless guitar with a head. So as you can see, the tuners are down there at the tail end, but he's still got a headstock up there. So the tuners are out back on the zebra wood tailpiece, and it takes the full length of the string to reach the furthest one. And the strings on the headstock are only there for show, he says. The black design marks are all wood burned, and it morphed many times during the build. Sound holes tend to be an inch with multicolored wood. Would you believe it's still not fully complete, but is very close, he says. So yeah, that's one of the most detailed and coolest builds I have ever seen, and I think most people would say that. So congratulations, Daniel Walter. Runners up, Mark Clark, David Hopkins, Jason Carter, Jim Wispinski, and then the Poor Man's Guitar winners, Best Demo Video, David Hopkins, Most Visionary, George McLeod, Historically Accurate, our good buddy Michael Capato, and the MacGyver Award to Jason Carter as well. So congrats everyone. Thank you again for taking part in this build. I hope that from all of it, whether you built and entered a guitar or instrument or not, I hope that some cheer and hope and joy and entertainment was spread. I know I learned a few things, saw a few things I wouldn't mind trying myself next time I'm able to get out in the shop and build something. So thank you all, and congratulations. It's been a good time. People are already asking what the next contest is going to be. Once Shane's fingers uncramp and his eyes uncross from processing this one, we'll start thinking about it. But good stuff. Shane, yes, you can officially collapse. If you don't already have a beer, you should probably get one. So, the weekend is upon us. My boy, he's 10, he's in 5th grade, just finishing up. The schools here are letting out next Friday, a week from today, so he has 1 week left. He's pretty happy about that. We're also, on that same day, Friday the 15th, getting a new puppy. because our old dog passed away a little while ago. So it's going to be a fun, busy time in the Giddy house. Starting to get outside a little bit, cutting some trees and brush and getting gardens going. Of course, tomorrow we're getting hit with a cold snap and might be a little snow flurrying around, but it's not going to accumulate. So, without further ado, I think I'm going to play us out and wish you good health, safety, and strength and all that stuff. It's going to be a mutt puppy, Shane, a mix of golden retriever and beagle.
Cute little thing.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't very no. Well, it's the Giddy Gang Show on Starbucks Nation TV. Said the Giddy Gang Show on Starbucks Nation TV. And we came to you live from CB Giddy. Well, all you need is a sticker box and some strings. I'm saying all you need is a sticker box and some strings. What you gonna do? Put them all together.
What you gonna do?
You know they're gonna ring.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's the Giddy Gang Show.
Giddy Gang Show.
Said the Giddy Gang Show.
Giddy Gang Show.
Yeah, the Giddy Gang Show.
Giddy Gang Show.
It's the Giddy Gang Show.
Giddy Gang Show.
Well, it's the Giddy Gang Show on Starbucks Nation TV. Oh, one more tidbit. I got a text from our Glenn earlier this week. Let me know they're still doing good down there and safe and healthy and happy. I saw he even posted something on Facebook recently, so there are signs of life.
They're building tiny houses.
Building tiny houses down in Tennessee.
Down in
Dooka
Tennessee.
dooka dooka dooka. All right, shut it down. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again, hopefully.